Fast cars,
faster opinions.
we are
The Slipstream Sisters.
Hello and welcome back to the Slipstream Sisters podcast. My name is Kelsey Ray.
I'm Kinley.
And I'm Carson.
And tonight, whenever you're watching this, we are going to be talking and recapping about the Monaco Grand Prix and all of the craziness that came with it. Along with that, at the end of this episode, we're going to be giving our Barcelona predictions. And so we're just going to jump right into it. Monaco, absolutely insane. 2024. Max Verstappen said that he needed to bring a pillow with him because the race was so boring. And let me tell you, 2026 was not like that whatsoever. Everybody left their pillows in their beds where they're supposed to be, and it was insane.
Yes, you cannot say that Monaco was boring this year, that's for sure.
Monaco seldom has this much uncertainty. And you know what? I'm just glad that we were alive to witness it.
Yeah.
When even with watching the race, by the time we got to the end, I don't think we've ever seen a race where we've had that many drivers be out. It was almost
Right.
a third. It was almost a third
Yeah.
of the grid.
Right. So seven drivers in total were out, and then we also had like big names that were out. So Verstappen, Leclerc, Norris. So Ferrari, McLaren, and Red Bull, right, all out of the race, and all in different ways, kind of. Let's start first by giving Kimi Antonelli his flowers.
Oh, his
Kinley's-
flowers! I love
Kinley's
that.
king killed it again. Me personally, I have a bittersweet feeling about it. I feel like the kid is 20, I'm 22, and he just won Monaco Grand Prix. What am I doing
He's
with my life?
19.
19, not even 20 yet. Even better. For Monaco, we've seen the backstories of like Lando, who was originally Lando no wins, to then Lando winning Miami, to then Lando winning Monaco, to obviously WDC. And like same thing with Char is like the Monaco curse, and he's Monaco Prince. Like we've seen all of these like really cool stories, and I think it's just so insane that a kid on his second year in F1 just came in and absolutely dominated Monaco. And I cannot take anything away from that, because everybody says that Monaco is about the drivers. Like everybody knows that with how narrow that track is. Monaco is about the drivers, and if you're good enough to be able to hold pace, and that's exactly what Kimi Antonelli did.
And we're
Mhm.
guilty of going into the
I
going
literally
into
said it
race
wasn't his
weekend.
track. I was like,
Well,
nah, it's not gonna.
same.
It's not gonna be for him. And then he heard
And-
that and was like, "Watch me."
Watch me, absolutely. And also, I think because we know how much Monaco is a quality dominant track, and it sets the pace for that. Obviously, there were so many other factors that came in this year that were different than previous years, but we have to put emphasis on the fact that Kimi's quali lap was sensational. Absolutely sensational. The fact that the provisional pole lap from Leclerc was strong and very dominant, and it's like, okay, absolutely, Leclerc, let's go. And then Kimi comes in and sweeps all of it, sweeps Max, sweeps Lewis, sweeps Leclerc. It was his weekend.
Right. As it has been the past 5 races.
Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts about this, because so many people have kind of come for Kimi, basically being like, oh, it's, good job everyone, and good job Kimi's engineers. Good job everyone, good job Kimi's rocket ship. And I'm like, okay, Georgie is driving the same rocket ship, and he is not doing what Kimi Antonelli is doing in that car.
Yeah.
And to be able to, I think Monaco was such evident proof of it, because you have to be so technical on that track. Like, I mean, we saw how many, even in free practice, if you guys watch the free practice highlights, it's just cars going into walls, like the
Right.
whole time. Like, people were just driving every which way, and he navigated it not only so quickly, but so like fluently. Like every corner was masterfully done. And for a teenager, he's literally Spider-Man. He's quite literally Peter Parker, to come in and basically be an Avenger. He came in and basically was like the Avengers. I mean, I've been a Kimi fan, obviously, since day one. Everyone knows this. I would love to say it's the whale tail necklace, which, by the way, did prevail again. So, not to be superstitious, but he's even blowing me away. And to see him win Monaco, I mean, I was emotional. I was emotional. And he posted today, he slept with his trophy in his bed. So,
I would too.
and same. And so same. He's insane. And I mean, he is the prodigal son, for sure.
Yeah.
The video of him when he's passing off the trophy before he did the infamous jump into the water, so funny. Hold my trophy, hold my trophy, hold my
Yes.
trophy. I was like, this is so pure.
He's so pure.
Yeah,
He
no,
is,
it was really cool to watch. I was at they do like this little watch party here, and I was sitting with a Red Bull fan and 2 McLaren fans, and then another Carlos Sainz girly.
A good blend.
And it was a good blend.
Love that.
And like the girls that I was sitting with, like they knew their stuff. I was like, I was like, yes, this is so great. So shout out the girls that I was sitting with for the watch party. But they were cracking me up because as much as like I will never be a Kimi hater ever in my life. But I did not want Kimi to win Monaco because and we were all saying this because we were all like, there's just, you have to work for it. There has to be some sort of suffering and like just grit and and I'm like, and I'm not saying that he didn't work for it because obviously he's in F1 and that's amazing as it is, but like just being in F1. And so, but I mean, they were cracking me up, making comments left and right. And then I was wearing my Ferrari sweatshirt and they knew that I was a Ferrari fan and a Williams fan. And Char went out. And then a couple laps later, Carlos went out. And I literally, they were like, oh my gosh. Oh my, this poor girl.
They're like,
and I
you
was
good
like,
girl,
guys,
you good girl.
I was like, guys, I was like, I finally understand why men get the way they do after like their football team loses and they're all like pouty and oh my day is ruined. And I was like, my day is ruined. And then, Carlos didn't even finish.
I will say for me, I can never say I don't want to see Kimi on pole. I can never say that I don't want Kimi to win a race. I think it's a really special moment when Charles Leclerc does well in Monaco. Yes. Would I have been happier had Charles Leclerc been on podium with Kimi? Yes. And also, I can't discount the fact that Kimi was phenomenal, and I am ecstatic about him having won it. Like,
and like, you're so right. Like, you cannot discredit how well that he drove. And like I didn't even know a Grand Slam was the thing in F1 until Mercedes posted about it. But leading every lap, pole,
fastest lap every lap,
and winning, obviously, is absolutely insane.
Yes, and on top of that, from our perspective going into this race, the way that we emphasize the unique requirements that are necessary to do so well at Monaco, this is also an untraditional Monaco race, and he still was superior through every phase of it, through repeated restarts, attempted Hamilton kind of pressure, and then of course the red flag and all of the outs that came through the process. He was impressively calm, which once again, that's something that's just worth noting because when you have someone that calm, that young, only their second year, I know we're being redundant slightly, but it's worth the emphasis because it's just insane.
And when the session stopped and, they all got out of their cars, whatever, getting back in that car, he knew that 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton was no longer, 15, 20 seconds behind him. Like, Lewis was on his tail, and I was like, oh, this is going to be good. Like, this is giving flashbacks of, Abu Dhabi, whatever. No, he took off, and that was it.
He had a clean start both times, and I've never been so proud, especially because I was very nervous because Kimi's starts have been kind of hit or miss, and he had a beautiful clean start both times. I mean, he just was calm, collected, in control. That track was his, that car was his, like, it was beautiful, guys. It was beautiful.
I mean, it was a near flawless drive, and we're not saying that lightly. So, cheers to Kimi.
Because that's almost impossible in F1. But shout out Kimi, congratulations, and excited to see what happens the rest of the season, especially after summer break. Because everybody knows after summer break things can get a little spicy.
A little spicy.
We shall see. But there's other people that were on the podium that we need to talk about. Not necessarily Lewis Hamilton, but Mr. ISACK HADJAR. Hello. Who are you? Welcome. Like,
Welcome,
insane.
Isaac, Mr. Chattybox throughout
my
the
gosh.
race.
I love this kid so much. I loved him last year as a rookie.
We
the
did.
one crash from F2 where he's like, I broke the car! The car, no! Best
it's so good.
audio
That was good.
ever. Oh, another one of our favorite Frenchmen. Oh my gosh, that sounds like Hamilton. Giving up for America's favorite fighting Frenchman, Lafayette. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Anyways, Isaac HADJAR also handling the stress and his car like not being right. Like he's like, guys, something's wrong with the car. Something's wrong with the car, and they're like, yeah, we're checking on it. I don't think we ever found out what was actually wrong with the car.
And he held strong to the finish to the best of the ability that he could there.
He did.
I was like, okay, Isaac. Absolutely.
But then obviously, he would not be on podium if it were not for Pierre Gasly's pair of 5-second penalties for speeding in the pit lane. Let's unpack this one.
It's just crazy to me because I was seeing, a few of the memes go out and about in regards to just being so almost to the point tedious with speed limit checks. And like, let's just put this in perspective here. Pierre, one time, 0.1 over, 0.1. Okay. The other one, 0.4. That is how much of a difference it was. And, Alpine even requested like a proper right of review with FIA because they were feeling like the violations were due to track layout specificities, like some of the fast lane lines, obviously near pit exit, rather than, Pierre's trying to be aggressively intentional with speeding, And so I felt like that was a little bit of an overkill, but even more so, lack of communication with Alpine because poor Pierre, you have him cheering and elated, thinking that he's on podium, and he's like, P3 baby, let's ride. Like his post-race interview, I had tears in my eyes.
If you haven't cried today, imagine being in Monaco, working in this sport for years and years and years, consistently either being at in last or being in the midfield. You have a chance to be on the Monaco podium, P3. I don't care what happened during the race or how you got there. That's a podium still. And being in your car, celebrating, so excited to then get out of your car and them tell you, actually, it's not yours.
Absolute depression.
Gutted for Pierre. There's no other words for that. And Carson, we were talking about this earlier, but wondering, if this was a technical glitch on the FIA side of things of, was the spacing or whatever tech that figures out that they weren't at the right speed at the right time was messed up, it glitched at something, or did one of Pierre's engineers who sets their little pit lane button that they have at the wrong speed. But I'm glad that Alpine called the right of review, and because I think that just not even gives hope, but at least shows Alpine that he knows that shows Pierre that he knows Alpine is in his corner and believes that was probably a technical glitch and that's not how it should have happened. Also shout out Isaac because he made his race post and then at the end of it said something about, good job, Pierre, whatever.
Good on him.
And I was like, little angel baby, because he knows that he wouldn't be there if Pierre didn't get those, penalties or whatever.
I was going to tap in just to that not being the only issue with track concerns this year at Monaco.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And yeah, just emphasizing again that one area of the track where Lance Stroll and Charles Leclerc both had their crashes there. One, it's okay, not a coincidence. But then two, the aftermath evidence of that area, which ultimately, as we found out, was the reason for the red flag. And possibly that's the first race that we've watched where it was up for question if they were going to get to race those last 10 laps. We haven't, so that being even a possibility was crazy. But go ahead.
I was going to say, also, just go look up what the track looked like. I mean, these drivers were literally putting a hole. They were creating their own pothole in the track. which is obviously on Monaco for just like not having. I'm like, you guys have all this money. Why are there potholes on
Correct.
the Formula One circuit? What are we doing?
And not like just a small pothole. It's crazy when they show, I think it was lap 30 versus lap 60
Oh, I saw
with
this.
Leclerc. Yes. And so them putting whatever they put in as a filler prior to the race, and then that same section, lap 30 versus lap 60, and you see small hole, then is like triple the size. That is where my mood shifted truly during the race. That is where I felt an actual ache in my chest, because even if Char wasn't P1, I'm like, just podium. I just, there obviously, like we've said, there's just something about him at his home race that 2024 will reminisce on for the sake of filling that void this year. But I cannot.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are starting a new segment this week where we give Carson Nicole Everman Smith the floor to let her little engineer brain go crazy.
2 minutes on the clock and it's lights out and away we go. No,
It's lights out. You know what? I love that intro. So
okay, I'll get you started. How many minutes do you actually want, though?
it's 2's probably enough. Let's see if I
Okay.
can do it.
All right, we're going to give Carson 2 minutes to tell us about power units. Ready? In 3,
Wait, no,
2, 1, go.
It's lights out and away we go.
Starting with Max Verstappen. Okay. Yes. So power unit failure number 1 to kick off the race. Okay. Also hilarious. Okay. But during formation lap, that's when engine felt somewhat off and he failed to hold a steady RPM. Okay. Any of you ladies know what RPM is?
No!
Please tell us, Teacher Carson.
Revolutions per minute. Okay. Prior to the start, right? So as soon as he dropped the clutch, the engine completely bogged down and said good night. So after the fact, there was communication about how the engine actually made an absolute atrocious sound. So Max had to drive the car back to the garage very, very, very slowly to avoid total destruction. And also didn't know this, but Red Bull had apparently identified that problem as quote unquote like localized, and they were already planning to replace that specific power unit for the upcoming race in Barcelona. So I don't know if that was like a time issue or what was going on there.
They said,
Okay.
no, it'll
50
be
seconds.
fine.
They said it'll be fine. Okay.
50
And then
seconds, go.
Lando, I'm trying. Lando, he suffered from terminal ERS. Okay. So energy recovery system was failed due to a mix of electrical faults. Okay. And erratic or spooky noises also from his engine and the battery. Okay. Saw issues of that in free practice too, as an electrical fault caused by his car to shut down. McLaren said ERS issue, they changed the wiring harness, and then this is my favorite part, ESME pack, okay, which is the energy store main enclosure. That's the protective external casing that actually holds and protects the car's hybrid battery pack, okay? So Lando said he was hearing strange and concerning sounds from the battery and engine. They tried to make the mid-race fix, actually caused more issues, and eventually the power unit finally gave out.
I'm impressed.
Nice.
I am so impressed. That was...
Okay, wait, hang on. Everything with Lando sounded like a medical diagnosis issue.
That
She's like
was
terminal
insane.
ERS. Is he dying?
Is he tachycardic? Like, what?
His car is.
He's going catatonic. Somebody fix it.
That was insane.
That was insane.
I didn't
Very
even know some of
impressed.
those words existed. So,
Guys, look a little bit more into the ESME pack because that's cool. It's kind of like, it's the little protective casing for
Yeah.
for
See, there
the
was a
hybrid
chance I
battery
was going to
pack.
do that. But now, name that movie.
Oh no.
How to Train Your Dragon.
see, I was gonna say that just off of like it's
Guessing.
It's just
There's
guessing.
a scene where he's like, they hand him the book full of all the dragon lore, and then he's like, no, it's great. The dragons have like the jaw strength and the wing speed, and the guy's like, yeah, see, there was a chance I was gonna read that, but now, and then they don't, and that was where, okay, that was where my
So
brain
sorry.
went.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
It's okay. So, anyways,
Absolute depression.
correct.
So thanks for coming to the quick technical bit this week.
Carson's 2-minute technical bit. I like
I
it.
love that. Cute.
I think, should we do like Carson's 2-minute technical talk? So it's like alliteration.
Or you could say tidbit. Carson's 2-minute technical tidbit.
Ooh. Carson's 2-minute technical tidbit.
Oh my gosh, that's so good. We're going to give her like intro music.
Dude, we need a graphic. We need a graphic.
I got you. We'll cook something up.
Absolutely.
Now, we have gone over our technical things. Let's talk drama. Let's talk tea, celebrities. We're going to get away from the cars for 2 seconds. Holy crap. Did people just forget that the Monaco Grand Prix was the Monaco Grand Prix? I'm just starting with this because this really got me the first time I saw it. Kim Kardashian wore jeans to the paddock in Monaco and a lace see-through bralette bodysuit type thing.
There's a way to do a bodysuit and make it classy.
And
it's not pair it with jeans.
No, it's not to pair it with jeans.
But then turn around. Let's wear some shaggy old something another dress for race day and then still look bad. And like still look trashy. Apparently, guys, get this. It was Gucci. I'm dead. That's so funny because we were trash talking Gucci.
Last episode, catch us talking about Gucci.
Yeah, facts.
The outfit for race day kind of looked like something out of Dune. The beige, her and was it Chloe with her?
Yes.
So I was like,
which like Chloe actually didn't look half bad. Chloe like low-key looked like she knew what she was doing.
I agree. But I was like, what's going on with this beige theme? But like specifically the way that it was like crossed over with Kim, because I kind of like a drapery moment, but
not there.
And the purple sunglasses, I was like, icing on the cake.
I think that was supposed to be in tribute to his purple sparkly helmet. That was what made sense in my brain, even though they like weren't the right shade.
She does not have that many brain cells to think that
I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt.
But I will not. Am I silly? Because I thought he wore pink sparkles.
He had pink too.
It's like a lavender. It's like a periwinkle. It was like a periwinkle purple.
Same difference. Her sunglasses were purple.
Yeah.
Hot purple.
And just in general, like, so I feel like so many times, like when you're at Silverstone, like the celebs that show up there are true F1 fans, like McDreamy. Why is his name blanking on me?
Because that's his name.
That's
his birth given name, dude.
It's not Matthew McConaughey.
It's definitely not Matthew McConaughey.
It'll come to us. But the fact that he races Porsche and is very invested in the sport, I feel like he shows up a lot there. Brad Pitt, who obviously I feel like actually cares about the sport.
Oh my gosh. Carson, freaking Patrick Dempsey.
How silly of us.
You know, it's so funny. I looked it up and I said McDreamy and it came up as Derek Shepherd, and that's literally what I was about to tell you. So
same difference.
It's Derek.
Patrick Dempsey feels wrong, but it's fine. But anyways, and I feel like with Monaco, that's not always the case, where I think people
totally more glitz and glam.
Glitz and glam, we know this, but it's not a Vogue runway, and I hate when the paddock is treated like that. And like there's a time and a space. You know how we feel about it for when it comes to fashion world merging with it. Have your moment, but do it the Alexandra Leclerc way, not the whatever else was going on.
And Rebecca, oh my gosh, Rebecca's dress that she wore, the black one where it was like completely, yes. That was amazing. I looked and I was like, oh, that is so tasteful. I loved that.
We loved
so
a tasteful moment.
Crofty was so funny on the radio when he was like, what did he say at the very beginning of the race? He said, the Formula One soap opera meets reality TV. And I was like, yes, Crofty. That's what this is, literally.
Correct.
Crofty does make me giggle because he has made he always makes us giggle, of course, but he was making commentary about when the stuff officially kind of leaked, like when Lewis and Kim posted the same little story or whatever. And he was, not necessarily pro for it, but definitely not against it. He goes, if Lewis Hamilton wants to have a romance moment with Kim Kardashian, and he was all about the romance, but it was making me giggle because I'm like, not Crofty being for the romance between Kim and Lewis. Like,
Dude, I love
what is
Crofty.
happening?
I love Crofty.
But while we're on the topic of celebrities not understanding F1 culture, can we just, like, as a collaborative group, all say that Martin Brundle's grid walk is a key component to race day? Okay?
Absolutely.
I live for those moments.
It's the
okay?
best pre-race show you can get.
When that man is running through a crowd of probably 1,000 people in Monaco specific. I mean, that looked crowded. And multiple people are like, I'm not doing interviews right now. No, I'm not doing interviews. Goes up to Kim Kardashian. Hey, it's Martin Brundle from Sky Sports. And she's just like,
Says nothing.
she like literally looked at him and was like, and then
I've
walked
never
away.
been so rage baited. Although I will say he was so funny when he was like, don't push me, mate. I'm nearly famous. And I was like, yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are. You're the star of the show, Martin Brundle.
You
Like,
are. Yep.
We love you, Martin Brundle. Like, people
I
don't
would never
realize who
do
they're
that.
talking to. I'm like, I'm sorry, this is Martin Brundle's paddock walk, actually.
I would kill.
Pay your respects.
I would kill.
Pay your respect.
Pay your respects.
Like, toss
Please.
a coin. Toss
Yeah.
a coin to your paddock walker.
Sorry, Noah Schnapp. I don't care if
Ew.
you defeated the Demogorgon. Speak to Martin Brundle. I don't know if Martin Brundle even asked him, but Noah
Oh,
Schnapp was right behind Kim. So
I didn't see that, but yeah. No, hated that. And then last little thing that Kim Kardashian all rage baited us with is, well, the race is over. So, loved ones, family, they go over to see their driver and give him a hug and a kiss and all the cute little things. Well, Kim Kardashian saw a towel that was set out
Kimmy's.
for Kimi
Kimmy's
Antonelli.
towel.
Just picks it up, starts dabbing her face with it.
Off the like P1, like it was sitting on like the P1
Like pedestal.
pedestal.
Thing next to his water, and she was just like, I'm like, I'm
The
sorry.
comments on this
that's
have been
Kimmy's
so
towel.
funny. The comments on this have been so funny. People are like, that towel was promised to her 6,000 years ago.
Oh, and don't forget about the umbrella during the champagne spraying ceremony. She popped out of the umbrella.
the umbrella was wild. I'm like, y'all did not save any of that champagne from getting into her on her, and you shouldn't. I'm like, embrace it.
Do we
Embrace
think
it.
Lewis is embarrassed?
Embrace the moment. I have no idea.
But
He posted a
also,
picture with her. He
Polaroid.
posted the Polaroid of her holding his helmet. How dare she?
The periwinkle, pink, sparkly, purple, whatever helmet.
in her freaking lace bra.
In the jeans. In the
jeans.
jeans. In the jeans.
In the jeans. Oh my gosh.
Dude,
Like,
although
I'm
I would
actually
be
baffled by this.
I would be stoked if she dropped a Formula One Skims line, though. That'd be
That would be
sick.
dope.
Honestly,
dope.
yes.
Dude, see,
Clock it, Kim. Clock it, Kim.
Fine,
Slightly
fine,
would be
fine.
slightly redeeming.
It would. I think
slightly
it would be.
redeeming.
I think it would be.
She
we were
would do
also
that.
talking-
She would do it right.
See, but this is the thing, this is when I have a problem with like trash talking sometimes, is because I'm like, we're giving her what she wants. We're giving her the attention of her being terrible. And I don't want to do that, but so the slander will stop momentarily. But absolutely horrendous first appearance in the paddock for Kim Kardashian. And I pray that if she goes to any other race, which I hope she doesn't, but if she is there, that she knows a little bit more about the sport, maybe. I don't know.
My thing
Because-
is, fine. If you want to be in the mix, fine. Like, okay, and if you're happily with Lewis and Lewis is happy, fine. But be respectful about it because this is not your territory. This is
right.
There is so much history to this sport, so come in and respect it. Like, please. And if you
I'll come
don't
in and treat
know,
it-
then look into it, please. And if anything, I'm like, Lewis, come on, educate our girl.
But also, as just a good girlfriend, like, I would just be like, oh, okay, I don't know. My boyfriend is a Formula One driver. Let's say I know nothing about Formula One. Maybe I should look up a couple things. Maybe I should go on Pinterest. Oh, Formula One outfits, like Monaco Grand Prix outfits. You have a phone and you have like millions of dollars. Please use it to your advantage.
Yes, but see, entitled famous people don't process like that. I saw someone made a comment that was like, when you're so entitled, this was about the towel thing. It was like, when you've been so entitled for so long, everything is already yours. Like, everything belongs
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
You know, and I do think like she's lived in a virtual reality for so many years that she's not even thinking, oh, I want to fit in with the other girls. She's thinking, I am her. Like, I am the moment. I'm going to walk in there and everyone's going to freak out over me, because that's the world that she's lived in.
But it's also like,
Yeah.
dude, you do know that the guy you're dating is like the GOAT of Formula One, right?
But she's probably thinking, and I'm Kim Kardashian. Do we see the dilemma here?
Which
like,
is so funny
she's
because
not
she didn't
thinking
even
like
get
this.
famous because of like her talent or like because she did something like great. Like
No.
she literally got famous because she's
Mhm.
hot. She's a spectacle.
Surgically.
Bro, I will say Kanye West is tweaking. What do you mean? My like the rebound or like the after whenever is Lewis Hamilton.
I know.
That sucks.
Yikes.
That sucks for
Yikes.
Kanye
Yeah, I would hate
West.
to be Kanye.
I'd hate to be
Still
him
am-
anyways, but
I'm still mourning the possibility of Ray.
Yeah.
dude, I was literally, oh my gosh, Ray and Lewis would have been iconic, and she was so cute in the Panic and in the garage with her little Ferrari red. I'm a Ray fan through and through. Lewis
Through
Hamilton.
and through. Like that would have been everything.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it would have been
And I
everything.
think she would have like been involved.
Oh, absolutely. And would have been classy, would have had humility. Her humble
And
heart
she's a
is
fellow Brit.
everything. Fellow Brit and fellow believer.
Period.
Clog it.
Clock it. Ray stands
it.
over here.
Our
Well,
sister in Christ.
Did you want to talk at all about Georgie and the restart and Carlos, or no? Or
yeah.
Okay.
George Russell was already at the bottom of my list. Now, there is not a list for him to even be a part of because what the hell? What? Why? You were going to lose. You're going to lose anyways. No, let's go 30 miles per hour. It was definitely faster than that, but still. And it looked like it was 30 miles per hour. Let's back everybody up in the midfield. Oh, yeah? Yeah, and then let's have Carlos Sainz crash with Hulkenberg and Colapinto. Because George Russell decided to be petty and decided to be a child. Yeah!
Circle back. Do we know why George was going so slow? Was there like an actual reason, or was there a tech issue, or did he why did that happen?
I literally took it as him being petty. I took it as him throwing a fit. And him being like, you know what? If I'm not have nothing to race for, then nobody else has anything to race for. And that is how I saw it. And I think his personality lines up with that, with him being petty. And I was so angry because I'm like, there were no comms about him saying like something's wrong with the battery. There was nothing after the fact of like, this is what happened at the end. All we've heard from George is I'm lost and my driving style doesn't fit this car. And so it looked like it was out of frustration, and boo that because it DNF'd one of my favorite drivers.
Well, I don't know how much I think it was like he intentionally backed up the entire line of people out of like pure pettiness. But I didn't realize he said that his driving style didn't line up with what do you mean? You have a rocket ship. What do you mean?
I mean, I think it's equivalent to even when anybody starts driving a new car. This was what I said at the beginning, is that these rookies are going to be able to handle the cars a little bit better because they already learned one F1 car really fast, and now they have to learn a new F1 car really fast. And I think that's been to Kimi's advantage. Now with George has been driving a similar F1 car for the past however many years. And he said last year, oh, the car, fit me really well. He's like, this year I just can't figure it out. Like verbatim said he was lost. And I that's why I think it's so much out of frustration, is because he just can't figure it out. He can't find that like middle ground with the car, the way that Kimi has found it so seamlessly.
No, I mean, you have to be able to acclimate as however the season progresses the way that it does. And that's where I think when things are going George's way, then cheers to that. When they're not, that's where we get a little too much of the whiny behavior. And I haven't replayed that. I watched it the one time live, haven't replayed it. So I'd be curious to go back and kind of see, was there something else in the mix of that, or was it perhaps a little subtle moment of frustration? Don't know. But
It just
That'd be
looked
insane.
it literally just looked like he just didn't care. And that's what bothered me, is because I'm like,
I
dude.
just think that'd be crazy to like put the entire line of cars behind you at risk.
Carlos did it last year to help Lando. Carlos slowed everybody down, and they were so mad at him about it, but he didn't cause any crashes because he was still going a decent pace.
Interesting. Okay. Well,
Barcelona is up next.
Let's roll in.
back-to-back
Barcelona.
weekends, baby.
We haven't had this in a minute.
I know, we're in that sweet spot of back-to-back races, which is glorious. Gives me
Yes.
something to look forward to every day.
Feed me.
Race week.
Okay, let's go
Absolutely.
into predictions.
Run it, Kinley.
Kimmy! Kimmy! Kimmy... Hamilton... And I am torn here between Verstappen and Lando. I think if Max's car functions properly, he has a pretty good shot. He had a pretty great qualifying at Monaco. Rip. So, I think he has a good chance. I think Lando has a good chance. But everyone's cars need to function properly in order for that to happen. So,
Absolutely. Because I was going to say, Kimmy, just being smart at this point. Like, it's sort of ridiculous in my opinion not to, but Kimmy and then Charles, so the other side of Ferrari, because he has good pace, regardless. Obviously, this Monaco, different beast, that little corner, isolated scenario. But there's high-speed corners at Barcelona, so I could see Charles doing really well with that. Maybe Lewis, but mainly I'm going Kimmy, Charles, and then was going to say Papaya, but obviously I want Lando because it is the type of technical circuit where I think upgrades could and possibly will make a big difference. So I could see Lando fighting for podium if his power unit stays alive.
nice.
I really love the midfield drivers right now, and I just wish them all the happiness and success in the world, and I wish I could put them in my top 3, but I can't. Like, Lindblad? Hello? Also, you are so fine. That man is so fine.
Yeah,
And
he's cutie.
And not him overtaking on Monaco.
Right.
Like, okay.
Which is,
our
like,
vet-
practically impossible. Okay, period. Love that for you. Anyways,
Yes.
I'm gonna say Kimmy, because I can't
The stats are there.
Kimmy. So, yeah, Kimmy, P1. It's starting to feel like Max in 2023.
Dude, I know.
Boo. Except
It is a lot more fun when you're on the side. It's
is
a lot more
is
fun.
it? Are you having fun, Kinley?
I'm having a great time.
Having a good time? Because I'm not. Let's go, Kimmy. I'm also gonna go Hamilton. I think he is really starting to find who he is in the car and is starting to like actually mesh with the car.
His
and-
slipstream, if you will.
Uh,
I can't even take credit for that. That was Carson's. She made a reference to that earlier. I was just I was reusing it.
It was a behind the scenes moment.
It was a behind the scenes moment. Anyway.
I honestly don't know who's gonna be P3 at this point. I feel like it's always just the most random person. But let's
Fernando.
definitely not. I can't even say that with a straight face. You know what? I'm gonna say Oscar. He's been really quiet. And I'd actually like to see both Papaya Boys and McLaren get their freaking act together. Can you guys show up, please?
Please.
Hello? I feel like they just haven't been in the conversation much this year, and I really like them, and I would love if they were back in the conversation. So that's my final. What did I say? Kimmy, Lewis, Oscar.
Love it.
There
So
we
I
go.
think I went Kimi, Lewis, Lando / Max.
Kimi, Charles, Lando.
Beautiful. Those are our predictions for Barcelona. Do you guys have anything else?
That's all I got.
I think that's all I've got.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of the Slipstream Sisters. As always, all of our podcasts are on Spotify, wherever you find your
Apple.
podcast, Apple Podcasts, all
If
the
you want
places.
to watch us, hit the YouTube.
Clock it. And also follow us on social media at the Slipstream Sisters. And then all of our personal Instagrams are also in the bio as well.
And the TikTok is up and running. You guys can go
Oh my gosh,
and
we have a
follow
TikTok
it.
now.
We have a TikTok. I haven't
Cute.
posted on it yet, but it is public now.
Amazing. So we have a
More to
TikTok now.
come.
Follow us. And Kinley, would you like to do the honors?
And that's the checkered flag.